All right, let's say you've got this KitchenAid Espresso Machine. I believe model is KES6403. Mine is BM, black matte. So let's say you're not making good coffee with this thing. Pretty normal, that was my experience when I first brought it home. Don't worry, you don't need to return it. It's a good machine. You just need to follow the instructions, but at the same time, not follow the instructions. So first things first, even if you have a good coffee grinder like I have, it's fine. It's a burr grinder and it's pretty consistent. Coffee quality is good. I'm using this Lavazza grocery outlet, very cheap if you find it. It's excellent. What you got to do is even if you have a grinder that does it pretty well, the instructions tell you use the single-walled basket for freshly ground coffee. But unless you have a really good coffee grinder, don't listen to that instruction. It's going to make really shitty coffee if you use the single-walled basket. I don't know why, but the double-walled basket, show you the quick difference. I got the double-walled in here already. That's what I use, makes excellent espresso. So this, for example, is the double wall. I think it's also called insulated. These are meant for freshly ground coffee. I'm not using those because when I use them, it made really weak, kind of gross tasting espresso. Ignore that stain. So this is the single shot double wall. Use that if you're only trying to make one shot. So that's the first thing you got to do. Even if you're making, or even if you have a good coffee grinder, good quality beans, this thing can actually handle a pretty fine grind, which is great compared to the cheap DeLonghi I replaced. Okay, so you got that. So turn it on. Another thing you want to check is the hot water function. What is that? Okay, programming. You want to increase the temperature. I think typically it's at the middle tier. So this is in your manual. Don't throw this away. Keep it. It's actually got pretty useful information. Sorry for the amateur camera work, but just follow these instructions and set your temperature, your water temperature, to high, depending on, because honestly you want the espresso to be very hot. If you want, or depending on where you live, you probably have hard water. I live in Reno, so it's not that hard, but I have it at like medium. So follow those instructions. I'm not going to run it through because I already have mine programmed. But you can reset the settings if you want, or hold the mode button for a couple seconds, and then it gives you the options, and then you save your selection using the play button, so to speak. Play, cancel, that's what it is. And you just toggle the mode button based on the water temperature, hardness. So cool, enough talking, let's do this. So I just pre-ground this like 2 minutes ago. So you put this in, actually comes with a nice tamper. So you got the settings in there correct. Water temperature is at its highest. You are using the double-walled basket. That is key, even if you say, oh, I got a pretty good coffee grinder like what I have. Well, for some reason, the machine will not like that. I don't know why. But now we have a, yes, it does go on there like that. Put a cup down there. You will see it'll make pretty good coffee. Yes, remember to keep this. And you know, it says 20 seconds should be the cycle for a good espresso, and I wasn't counting, I don't count. But the coffee is pretty good, as you can see. Nice crema on the top there. Temperature is good. So make sure you use the right basket. Don't use this one. Don't use these, even if it says to use them. If your coffee is terrible and you're really angry, don't return it. Try the other basket. It'll be fine. Otherwise, this machine is excellent. Water tank's pretty easy to refill. The tamper it comes with is great. Steam wand is good. Make sure you unplug that hole with a toothpick every now and then or something similar, because if it gets clogged, the machine actually won't run the steam wand. It'll blink all the lights and it'll dispense all the steam into the tray here. Which, last point, make sure you empty this out every 2 or 3 coffees you make, because it will fill, just so you know. And then lastly, sorry, one more thing. This area is pretty great for storing cups. That'll do it. Hopefully this helps you decide to keep this machine. It's not as bad as you might expect. Make sure to register it on their website if you have any issues down the line. I know some people do. I don't recommend getting that the frothing attachment that like automatically dispenses it. That's just another thing to break, so don't is my recommendation. But yes, hope it helped.